And 3, 2, 1. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Lo-Fi Horror Guy, and welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for checking out the video. If you have not been here before, welcome. I have tons of different interviews with musicians and artists and those in the film community. Please check those out, as well as other horror movie inspired videos as well. May it be reviews, may it be anything to do with new releases, unboxings, etc. Today, we're going to be talking 3 Vinegar Syndrome releases that you need in your collection and may not have. They're kind of, under the radar, things that I don't necessarily see a whole lot. I don't see a ton of people post about on Instagram there. I am on Instagram under the Lo-Fi Horror Guy. If you don't follow me there, check it out. I do the majority of my posting and different announcements over there. So thank you very much if you already do follow or subscribe on here or there, whatever. Anyway, so 3 movies that I feel like if you don't have in your collection, you definitely should check out. The first one here, we have The Cellar. Of course, you get Vinegar Syndrome. You're going to get the absolute high quality, sturdiest of slip covers here. You got the cover art. You got the back art. And then you got the old side fart. Nice. Sick. So this is VS 354, Vinegar Syndrome 354. Very awesome. I can say this movie here, 1988's The Cellar, the cover art on this slip cover was not a selling point. This is not the point where I was like, ooh, I have to check this movie out. It's actually the synopsis. So with these, each release here, I'm actually going to read off the synopsis and, let you make the judgment call as far as if you feel like, it's something that sounds pretty sick and you want to check out yourself. As far as the jewel case here, we have the original VHS cover, I believe this is, which I feel like they should have put this on. Probably would have gotten a few more sales, but no big deal. I'm not gonna hate on the other one. It's fine. Just I didn't love it. Back art here, a couple of thumbnail images, side art, nothing crazy. Nice. Reversible cover art, of course. I feel like every Vinegar Syndrome release has that. Possibly not. I guess I haven't ever looked into that, but I feel like the majority of them do. Really cool as far as the special features of this movie. So the movie was a couple of days in production. They were very behind on what they were supposed to be doing. You can, let's see here, the director, Kevin Tenney, does a very cool commentary, as well as there's a making of documentary with the special effects artist who made the monsters, so on and so forth. Very, very cool behind the scenes look at this movie and some of the stuff that went into it. So I'm going to read the synopsis and then kind of give you, what interested me about this movie here. So the Cashin family is just relocated from the city to a farmhouse in the middle of nowhere in Texas. Upon arrival at their new home, Willie, their young son, explores the area, befriending a Native American shaman who warns him of the powerful forces and apparent curse on their land. Meanwhile, at home, Willie senses that there's something unusual about the cellar of their home. Specifically, that something strange might be living down there. And unfortunately for the Cashins, it's very hungry. Tell me you read this and you're gonna not buy this bad boy here. I know I did. Honestly, it wasn't the old slip or cover. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna overly hate on it, but the synopsis of the movie was what sold me on picking this bad boy up. And I'm telling you, whatever the IMDb score is, I don't give a shit. This movie is cool. The creature effects are fucking awesome. It almost reminds me, and I think they kind of touch on this too, as far as it almost reminds me kind of, in the sense like a Disney horror movie with a little bit, it's pushed a little bit further with the creature effects and such, but as far as you have the young boy that's in the movie and kind of the family dynamic and moving and getting used to the house and different things like that. But I have to say that this is one of my favorites, actually, that I have from Vinegar Syndrome. This movie absolutely rules. And, check it out. It's absolutely silly. It's absolutely goofy. That's what I want in a horror movie a lot of times. I don't try to take things too seriously with it. So next up here, I have All American Murder. So this bad boy here, we got the cover art there. We got the back art, which we will dig into some of the gore in this movie. Specifically, this scene is very, very cool. I absolutely loved, certain the aspects of this movie that I'm going to dig into too. Vinegar Syndrome, we got number 353. So we got the cover art, back art, and the side art. Sick. So same on here. I didn't change that. I actually like that a lot with Christopher Walken, and you got the other friends. Back art with the thumbnails, the side art, sick. Also special features on here as well, being on a team, which is an interview with one of the actors. There's another interview with the cinematographer of the movie, reversible cover art, of course. So we pop this bad boy open. I got the disc art there. And then the original poster or VHS art right over here, which it's whatever. I think actually the newer cover art on here is more complimenting. So with this bad boy here, we have Artie Logan has a history of getting himself in trouble. He's been kicked out of every school he's attended and is no friend to the law, which makes matters extra complicated for his wealthy father. Oh boy. Who happens to be a judge. Oh boy. Given one last chance, Artie is shipped off to Fairfield College, but when his new fling and senator's daughter, oh boy, Tally, is burned to death by an unknown assailant, suspicion immediately falls on Artie. Adamant of his innocence, he's granted a 24-hour period in which to unmask the actual culprit. As his hours of freedom dwindle, the killer strikes again and again. Tell me you read that and that's not going to sit here. Whoever wrote this synopsis, okay, there's a reason they're getting paid, okay? I'm pulled in, all right? You have the cover art, you have the idea of basically kind of like a whodunit, you have the murderer, you have this scene back here, hokey pokey. You've got Christopher Walken. I'm not going to try to do an impression of him, but dude, this movie is absolutely radical. Way better than what I can't even remember. I bought the whole month subscription of whatever this month was that this released, and this actually ended up being one of my favorite movies that came out along with that bundle. All American Murder is absolutely sick. Check that one out for sure. Last but not least, this is one of my more recent ones, and actually one that I didn't even buy. It was a gift that I received from my wife here. We have the one and only Dario Argento's Trauma. Holy mole. I don't know if you guys have seen this or you've checked it out or heard of it. This movie is fucking radical. Trauma. Like I say, Dario Argento, you have the cover art, you have the back art, absolutely beautiful. And then you have the side fart. VS 378, very cool. I love the little touch up there. You of course have the textured lettering and absolutely beautiful slipcase, but the cover art for sure on this one, I wasn't really all that sure. A lot of people were saying that it was a very low grade Dario Argento in the 90s. Didn't work. This movie fucking slams. I don't know who is saying these things, and honestly, those same people are probably, I don't agree with a lot of what they're saying anyway. So got the cover art here on the jewel case, back art, got the thumbnails down here. So I fart. What did I say? Did I say 3? Yeah, 378. Okay, I thought for some reason the numbers weren't matching. Oh fuck. But no, the old fake news. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, so same art there as a cover on the disc. It's a single disc edition. There wasn't anything extra as far as double discs or anything. And then the original cover art. I feel like this might be one of the reasons why it wasn't loved in the 90s. The cover art there doesn't tell you a whole lot. It's very 90s-esque. A bunch of big bold words at the top and kind of, you know, not a whole lot going on. I would see that cover and be like, see you later, pass. Okay, Drama. Aura is a young Romanian who, while on the run from her parents, is rescued by journalist and recovering drug addict David Parsons. After being returned to her home, Aura's parents are murdered by a vicious serial killer known as the Headhunter, sending Aura back on the run to David. With no one to turn to for help, the unlikely pair launch their own investigation into the killings, discovering shocking and long-hidden revelations that connect the continuing murders ever closer to Aura and a terrifying secret from her past. Dude, I'm telling you, all right? Honestly, even over some of like the prime Dario Argento stuff, this movie is fucking sick. This movie is absolutely rad. There's one scene toward the end. I don't even want to say what exactly is going on or anything. Genuinely creeped me the fuck out. Was legitimately like had goosebumps down my arm. I was like, holy shit, that is fucking creepy looking. This movie is so cool, and I after I watched it, I thanked my wife over and over because I was like, I would have maybe I would have picked it up off of the cover art and, you know, the synopsis and everything. It was cool, but it wasn't one that I necessarily thought about that I was going to be buying. Absolutely, if you get the opportunity, if you get a gift card, if you get something, you know, or if it's just something that you want to do a complete blind buy on, Dario Argento's Trauma is absolutely radical. So today we went over, and let me know if you want me to do a couple more of these too, because I have different, you know, other movies as well on here. I have some that, you know, might be the worst releases that I have that I haven't sold yet or just don't want to have, and maybe that would help you guys out in a different way of things not to buy. But the Cellar was very first up. We have that bad boy there. Has dropped it, Jesus. All American Murder, and then we have Trauma. Very cool. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Thank you if you tune in to Growing on You Live, where I interview artists, musicians, folks in the film community. Really have been such an honor doing that stuff. It's so cool. So thank you very much for your time and attention there and watching the video here today. Very cool of you. I appreciate it. At the end of the day, give me a ding, give me a dong, give me a bing, give me a bong, give me a like, give me a share. If you don't, I don't care. I just want you guys to hang out and man, just enjoy some cool Vinegar Syndrome, maybe even some of the poopier stuff. Let me know in the comments if you have any of these and what you think of these. Let me know in the comments as far as what Vinegar Syndrome movies you have that you never see people talk about or post about that you absolutely love and think that I need to add to my collection. At the end of the day, it's your dog, the lo-fi horror guy. I'm going to slap you with a 3, 2, 1. Nah.
He's a lo-fi horror guy. Yeah, he's kind of a guy, but he is so lo-fi a horror guy. Yeah. Lo-fi horror guy has been recorded in front of a live studio audience.